guys, welcome back to Clareminded. My name is Claire. Today I'm showing you Pitta snacks. So these are going to be a Pitta Dosha diet for weight loss or any Pitta Dosha imbalance symptoms. I'm going to show you 3 snacks today that are both cooling and grounding and great for the Pitta Dosha. So these Pitta snacks are going to be a blueberry mint smoothie. I'm going to show you just a quick avocado dip with fresh vegetables, and then a chia seed pudding with coconut milk. These 3 are all great for the Pitta Dosha, so let's hop in the kitchen. Okay, so for our first Pitta snack is a blueberry mint smoothie. And in this recipe, we have blueberries, banana, mint, coconut milk, flax meal, and fennel seed. And the reason why this works for the Pitta Dosha is because it has a lot of cooling elements and qualities, like the coconut milk, the mint, the fennel seed. These are all very digestible, cooling herbs and ingredients that the Pitta Dosha likes. So this recipe is super simple. We're just going to toss everything in a blender, mix it up, and then sip, drink, enjoy. You can make it into a smoothie bowl if you want. You can make it into just regular smoothie, sip it, whatever. One thing to note, that if you are making this blueberry smoothie, I would recommend using all fresh ingredients instead of frozen. And the reason you don't want to use any frozen food in Ayurveda is because that frozen food is so hard to digest because it's so cold. The coldness kills our Agni. Even if you're Pitta Dosha and you're good at digesting everything pretty much under the sun, consuming something that is too cold is going to dampen that fire and can ultimately lead to low Agni, which we do not want. So we want to keep our bananas fresh. We want the fresh blueberries, nothing frozen. So let's start by just tossing it all in the blender. We have 1 banana. Just toss that in. We have a handful of mint leaves, beautiful. A cup of coconut milk. Awesome. We have half a cup of blueberries that are washed and organic and beautifully juicy. We're at the end of summer too, so blueberry season is almost over. So we're savoring it while we still can. And then we have a half teaspoon of flax meal, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of fennel seed. So once everything is in a blender, put the top on. Okay, so once you blend it for about, I would say 2 minutes, because you really want to blend everything together. Remove the top, pour into your nice cup. Beautiful, look at that rich color. There we have our blueberry mint smoothie. Our next recipe in the Pitta snacks is going to be an avocado dip, and we're going to have it with cucumber slices because yummy. So the avocado dip is going to be something you want if you want a little bit more substance, because avocados are very heavy, they're very grounding, which is super good for Pitta Dosha because they're so flowing, so much fire. You need something to ground it. That's what the avocado dip is going to bring. We're also going to add mint leaves because we have some and they're just a great cooling herb. We're also going to add a little bit of cumin, great for Pitta Dosha. Then we're going to add about a 1/4 squeeze of a lime and a little bit of salt just to really balance it out. Remember, we still want to incorporate all the 6 tastes of Ayurveda. And then I'm going to add a little pinch of paprika. However, if you're dealing with a super Pitta imbalance, do not add the paprika. Always use your judgment. You can literally add anything to the avocado dip to really round it out, but it's great for the Pitta Dosha, so I will show you how to make it. We will start with the mint. We're just going to chop it up loosely. You can also add cilantro, is really yummy, usually. We just happen to have some mint on hand. Goes great with avocado, goes great with life, and it's just delicious. So we'll add the mint in a second. Then we're gonna slice our avocado open. Now there's been some really controversy about how to get the pit out of the avocado. I've had many friends slice their hand open, so it's put me on the fear side. So I'm just gonna give it a little squeeze, pop out the seed, and that's that. If you have a really hard avocado, you might need to come up with a different tactic. So we're gonna scoop out the insides. Yum. Un, deux. for the whole avocado. You deserve it. Cool. Put the pit aside. You could also make some really cool stuff with that pit. And then grab a fork and really just start to mash up the avocado. This is the kind of juiciness that we want. Just really break it apart, mash it up. You can do more if you want, you can do less. This is all up to you. So now that we have our avocado all nicely mashed up like this, we are going to add, you can make some more if you want to, but we're gonna add our mint leaves that we so nicely just like kind of peeled and then chopped. We're going to add 1/4 of lime juice. Yum. Then we are going to add 1/4 teaspoon of ground cumin. This is really good for pitta. It kind of helps with digestive, helps dispel gas. And we're just gonna add a pinch of iodine salts. And then I'm going to add just a pinch of paprika. However, again, you can always eliminate this if your pitta is super high. And then once we have all those together, just mix it up again. Now that's all nicely incorporated. First slices, so that's how we're gonna do it. Gotta sharpen these knives a little bit. So we're using cucumbers to do this dip with, but you can also use like fresh carrots, any bell peppers, or some crackers if you really want to. For the most part, it's okay to have raw vegetables, especially if you're a Pitta Dosha, because you have a strong digestive system. Your metabolism and Agni are usually like super balanced, if not a little bit higher. So eating raw vegetables is totally okay for you. However, if you're Vata, I would recommend maybe going with maybe a slightly cooked vegetable. Maybe if you're doing like cauliflower, maybe like slightly steam it before you dip it in. But Pitta snacks, you know, so we're having raw veggies with our Avocado Dip. For our last Pitta Dosha snack, we are making chia seed pudding, and it's super simple. And the reason this is a great snack for the Pitta Dosha is because we have coconut milk, which is cooling, super awesome. Chia seed, it's kind of filling, so it's gonna help fill you up. It's gonna absorb extra moisture in the coconut milk. We're gonna add a little bit of vanilla and just give it a little stir with some maple syrup, and then at the end, we're gonna top it with some pomegranates. So the way we do this is super simple. First, we are going to pour a cup of coconut milk into a jar or glass or whatever you got. And then we are going to take a 1/4 cup of organic chia seeds. It's always a good ratio, like 1 cup to 1/4 when we're making chia pudding. And then we are going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. And then a teaspoon of maple syrup. Give it a nice little mix. And then we are going to stir it all together. And the way this works is we're going to stick it in the fridge for about 10 minutes to start. And then in about like 5 to 10 minutes, we're gonna pull it out, give it a good mixture again, and then put it in the hour for an hour, or you could do it overnight if you want to as well, or just an hour if you want to have it for like a snack later in the afternoon, totally okay too. So we're gonna put this in the fridge for 5 to 10 minutes to start. So after about 5 to 10 minutes, we're just gonna pull it out of the fridge and give it another good little stir. Get all the chia at the bottom. So within the 5 and 10 minutes, the chia seeds had already started to absorb some of the coconut milk, which is great. So we just want to pull it out so they don't all stick and settle exactly where they first fell. And then once we mix it up again, the chia is already a little bit thicker, which is great. We're going to stick it back in the fridge for an hour, and then we'll be good to go. Thanks for joining, guys. My name is Claire and this video was Pitta Snacks. I showed you how to make a blueberry mint smoothie, an avocado dip, and a chia seed coconut pudding, all great for the Pitta Dosha, any Pitta imbalance symptoms. So thank you guys for joining Pitta Snacks, and I'll see you next week.